there is a report that the Department of Homeland Security, that intelligence from the department says that the travel ban really won't solve a big problem that these 7 countries aren't responsible for. Now, it's not the full report, but give me your sense of how an administration assesses this kind of information as it comes in. Is it the president takes it in and then he can do what he wants? Does he have to live by it? How should people think about this in this report?
Well, the Department of Homeland Security has the responsibility for providing the assessments and insights into how best to protect this country from individuals who may be coming from overseas, in concert with the CIA and FBI and other elements of the intelligence community. I do think that report puts its finger on it by saying that citizenship is not the indicator of potential terrorist action. There are a lot of factors that go into it. So individuals might have traveled from their country of birth, might have had different experiences, might have associated with certain elements that lent themselves then to terrorist activities. So the vetting process that needs to go on has to take into account multiple factors, not just countries of origin or where they might be departing from.
The Trump administration would say, though, these countries were targeted by the Obama administration in terms of their being the birthplace of terrorism, and some of them are on the terrorist watch list. Why not be vigilant about them?
Oh, and we need to be vigilant about them, but that doesn't mean that there needs to be this temporary ban on individuals who are arriving from those countries. And so during the Obama administration, yes, we looked very carefully at what was happening in those countries and how we could ensure that we would take the steps to protect this country from having individuals arrive here on our shores that might have nefarious purposes.
If you were advising the president right now about the threats to the homeland, where would you put the travel ban in the rank order? And if it's not number 1, what would you put ahead of it?
I don't think the travel ban is going to help in any significant way. What they need to do is to, again, take into account all the various means that terrorist groups use to try to carry out attacks here in the homeland. And the cyber domain is the area where most of the terrorist groups now are operating in a very freewheeling fashion. And so the efforts to incite and to encourage and to recruit via that cyber domain is something that the FBI and the intelligence agencies are very, very vigilant about. So it may sound good to have a ban against individuals coming from certain countries, but you really need to take a look at what is truly going to mitigate the nature of and the scope of the terrorist threat that we face.
Is there a downside to the ban?
Well, yes, I think first of all it sends a very bad message to individuals that are being singled out because of their nationality. It also gives a clear impression that there is an effort on the part of this administration to focus on Muslims themselves. So I think it's subject to various interpretations that do not help our national security.
Ben, I want to ask you quickly about immigration. The rules of how to put it into the president's plan into place are now it's now happening. Isn't this delivering on basically his signature promise? And if so, how's it going in your opinion?
I think that he is delivering on his promise from the perspective of those who supported him. They viewed this as being a signature issue for him in a way that he departed from the elites of both the Republican and the Democratic parties. And I think that as much as this rollout has been a little bit rocky, that from the perspective of those supporters that he has out there in the States, he really is delivering in a way that they wanted to see happen for quite a long time, and that both parties sort of were either saying that they were wrong or racist to want that thing, or promising it to them during the election cycle and then just backing away as soon as they got elected.